All right. I'll start off here. Before I even get into the injuries, it's a great time for our team. I'll go back to, again, I want to completely thank the fans. Unbelievable. The city for their excitement and just getting our guys so amped up for this situation. I mean, how cool is this? You know, for everybody to be walking off the field and enjoying a great time with the city and with the fans and what they've done. What's up, Coach? Yeah, it's been awesome. And so it's just it's a humbling experience for all of us. But at the same time, we talked about finishing all week. Finish. We had a very similar situation as we did the first week, and we were able to finish the game. And so, you know, I can get into more of that. Injury-wise, Lynch has an elbow, so he'll be getting that looked at. And then with Eddie Jackson there on the interception at the end of the game, he has a right ankle sprain. So, again, we'll monitor that and probably know more here in the next 24 or 48 hours.
Is that a relief?
What's it with Eddie? Yeah, I think so. You know, we just, again, we'll see how it goes and communicate more here in the next couple of days and get it looked at and know exactly where it's at. But that's he's a pretty big part of this defense.
You've talked a lot about how April 3rd, and you said that this was possible to your team, but when did you really get the sense that was, something that was within your grasp realistically?
Well, you could feel it all year long that we knew we had the talent. I think more so than anything, it was going to be how do we respond to adversity and how do our guys react to a loss? How do they react to a win? And I'll go back to the Minnesota game Sunday night when we played the Vikings and a former, NFC North Division champ. And that was a big turnaround, I think, for us to come in there and be here at home and win that game. And I think it kind of just really embedded into our players the true belief of how they felt where we could go. And you talk about it, but when do you really start truly believing it? And I think that was probably a time that I'll look back and think that's when we turned a corner.
To stay on that theme of the response to adversity, what did you think of Mitch's game coming off?
Yeah.
Throws the decisive TD.
He really did. I'm super proud of him. I think his numbers were 20 of 28 with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. And when you have this defense and you're able to play with such a great defense and have that field position, protect the football, and not throw interceptions, we're always going to have an opportunity. And then, but on top of that, to be able to make that strong throw to Trey for the touchdown, that's a big time throw, big time play, and a big time situation. And I'll just say this: Mike Pettin, the defensive coordinator for the Packers, he does an amazing job on defense, and I have a lot of respect for him. And I think he's a really good top defensive coordinator in the league. And so he does not make things easy for you. And so for Mitch to come into this game and play the way he did and hit a little adversity here or there and learn, I was excited about that.
You came off the field after the touchdown and you grabbed his face mask. What did you say to him?
I told him that's a throw. That's a throw that he just made right there with conviction. That was exactly what I said. That was a conviction throw. And when he does that, he's tough to stop. And he made it up in his mind that he was going to go to Trey on that. Trey had a great route. You could see the laser, touch that he put on it. And that was a big play in that situation because they're not easy to score on in the red zone.
Now, what about the situation led you to think that the fake was?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I told you at times we're going to be aggressive. We really haven't had that all year long, those situations. And those are the ones where you're going to come up here and crush me in a loss. And that's okay. I understand that. It's the same thing with the 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 with Tariq's fumble, that situation. That's what we're going to do. That's not going to change. I accept that. I understand it. And that's who we are.
Beside field position, did it just feel like the game needed a jolt, momentum-wise?
Well, those are times that I think if you do convert on that, if you hit that, then it really flips the other way. And so here's what I'll say. Our team cannot I can't tell you how many times they heard me say finish this week, okay? And so what I thought was pretty awesome was we ended up having that fake punt, and you can feel the law, right? It's like, oh man, shoot, we should have got that, we didn't. And the defense came out there, and they were ready. Good offense we played. They went right down. They scored a touchdown. Okay, and now here it goes again, right? And but no, It doesn't. And that's where I think we're growing, where our team understands now that we end up getting a touchdown offensively. We get a stop, a 3 and out, then we get a touchdown, and then we get another 3 and out, and then they punt the ball to Tariq, and he takes it down there, right? And then we get a field goal, a 4th and 1 situation. You get a field goal, you go up 2 scores. And so to me, deep down inside, I was saying to myself, you know what, we're really growing, and we're becoming a pretty good team, and we're learning. We didn't give up, we didn't sulk, we didn't complain. We stepped up to the plate and we swung.
What'd you think of Tariq today?
Yeah, he's what he does all the time. You know, he's a guy that can make a lot of plays from the backfield, and he's a great route runner. He's energetic. Of course, he's frustrated at the situation with the fumble, but he's got a great mentality. He'll be the first to tell you that let's go to the next play. That's what I love about him.
Did you see Leno propose to his girlfriend after?
No, I was in here inside. I knew that was coming, and was it cool? Did you guys see it? Huh?
It was good.
Oh, yeah, well, he better have a ring. Shoot.
Matt, can you describe the impact that Khalil's had, not just on your defense, but on your team as a whole? And what will you say to John Gruden the next time you see him?
Well, for Khalil to come onto this team, and from the very first day that he showed up to practice, he was a complete team player. Nothing about me, all about this team. He doesn't want any accolades. He doesn't want any attention. And he practices really hard, and then he's a great person. So he's infected every player in the right way, and made us all better offensively too. Just always talking, always leading. Just has a great mentality to him, and we're very fortunate, to have him. And again, that was a big part of our season here, is getting him in the beginning.
On Eddie's interception, obviously it's easy to look back and say maybe he should take a knee in the end zone, but is it because he's such an aggressive playmaker with the ball in his hands that obviously he gets hurt in that play, but I mean.
Yeah, your instincts when you catch the ball, as Coach Plank will tell you, when you pick those balls off, you want to go, you want to score. And so he did that, and he wanted to get down. But he just did it. He got caught in between a little bit, and his foot went down, and so it's unfortunate, but we'll keep a good eye on it, and just make sure he's doing everything he needs to do to get that right.
You mentioned this earlier, but I assume it's not lost on you that you guys got an interception off of Rodgers when you needed one.
Yeah.
Week 1, there was that opportunity.
Yeah.
Is that another area?
Another lesson. And sometimes it's a fortuitous bounce that you get. Sometimes it's just you didn't make a play. I talked to our guys last night in regards to those situations. We talked about them and how, when you get an opportunity in this game, you got to make it. And you cannot look back and have any regrets at all. Not everybody gets these opportunities that we had. And I think that's what our guys are going to take away from this, is that they've been presented with opportunities this year, and they've taken advantage of them. We haven't let too many things slip away other than that first week, throughout the year. And that's a credit to these coaches. That's a credit to the organization. And most importantly, it's a credit to these players, because they believe. And they're in that locker room right now. And the one thing that I thought was really cool was they finished, but they know that we're not finished, that we want to continue to keep doing what we're doing and not be satisfied and content with this. We know we want more.
Look at the core of this team, and this is a young core of the skill guys.
Yeah.
Do you get a sense that maybe this is like the start of something, not just a...
I hope so. I hope so. We're a young team. Ryan and Joey Lane have done a really good job with contractually with these guys. And that's such an important part that you see. I think with our team, we are set up for the right way in the right direction. But there's just so many things that go into it with things down the road. And but we're in a good spot right now, and we know that. And to be where we're at right now as we stand, we know down the road we want to just keep this thing going.
Mitch's.
When you interviewed and took the job, it all happened so fast.
Yeah.
Was there, at what point did you realize that this team was good enough to compete this year?
I would probably say in training camp is when you see it. You don't know other than what you saw on tape and what you see you see who the people are and who the players are in OTAs, but you don't know how. There's so much talent in this league, and I just when you have guys that stick together in what they do, and they rally together and they fight and they care, and And then there's talent. I told Ryan when we were in training camp, I said, Ryan, we got all the talent in the world. It's not he did a great job of bringing in talent. The players coming in here. Now we just got to figure out how. Remember, we talked about getting calloused, and how are you going to, whether it's training camp with practices or whether it's adversity throughout the season. And we've done that now. And I love that about this team is that each week it's so easy to have a letdown game. And I don't think you've really seen that with this team. This team every week finds a way to come in and fight every game. And that's a credit to them and for doing that. And they take it seriously. They understand it. They know when to have fun, right, which is a huge part of this process, having fun. But yet they know when it's business.
Regarding Mitch's development, we talk about the play-to-play all the time, but big picture, to be a division champion, to get this playoff experience, what do you think it's going to do for him?
It should do a lot. Confidence-wise, for him to know, and we were just talking about that in the locker room, to think about when we called plays together, when I called plays for him that first game in Green Bay, what a tester for both of us. Hearing my voice in the helmet, me figuring out how he's going to handle himself on the sideline, and now we can see the direction that we're going. And it's here. And so he's getting to understand the type of team that we are, what we ask him to do. There's times I'm tough on him on the sideline, and there's times I'm tough on him in practice. But he understands the only way that he's going to get better is with that. If I'm content with how he's playing, then we're not doing our job. And he appreciates that. And I love that about him. The kid's a fighter. He's a competitor, and we're lucky to have him.
Did Leno ask for permission?
He did.
Did you have to think about it? Or
Huh?
did you have to think?
No, he can do what he wants to do. I just told him to be prepared for all situations.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.
You guys want the lights on or lights off?
On.
Okay.
How do you feel like it's like, especially coming off the last Sunday's game where you obviously were not happy with that?
Yeah. Felt like it was solid. I just went out there, did my job. I'm really proud of my teammates, the way we came out, stuck together, and we knew it was going to be a four-quarter battle. But I think we were consistent enough on offense. We wanted to stay out of third downs because we know they're really good at third downs and positive plays on first and second, and then just score when we needed in big opportunities. So it was a great team win. I thought the O-line played really well today. It gave me a lot of time back there to see it, especially when they do a lot of confusing things on defense. And we got the run game going early, so that opened things up. 2-4, 2-9, running hard. And we just get the ball to the playmakers. So I felt like I didn't have to do anything special today. They just go out there, do my job, and it was going to be a big thing for my team.
What does Tariq come to mean to this team, whether it's the short touchdown catch or the 44-yard punt?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you never know what you're gonna what 2-9 is gonna do, and I think that's the awesome thing. Punt return, catching the ball in the backfield, run the ball. He's just so hard to defend, and as a great playmaker as he is, we just got to continue to get him the ball. And defenses are going to continue to key on him, so that also opens up our other playmakers on offense, which is awesome. So. Just continue getting the ball in open space and let him doing his thing. He's just hard to contain. He's such a great player, and we're lucky to have him a part of this offense, special teams, and everything else he does. So it's huge for us.
What did you see in the way he adjusted to make the catch on the touchdown and then ended up getting to the corner?
Yeah, that was crazy. It was kind of tough on an option route, and they were bringing pressure, and I knew I had to get it out, so I was just trying to throw it in a spot where I knew he was going to be, and he made an incredible adjustment to it. And made a great snatch and made the guy miss and got in the end zone. So it was just incredible athletic ability on his play to adjust to that. And like I said, I wasn't doing anything special. I just put it in a spot, and the playmaker, Tariq, he did the special things after the catch and made a great catch. So it was a big play for us.
Touchdown Trey come together.
Yeah, for sure. And O-line did a great job up front. They dropped a bunch of guys out, and it was just a great play call. I recognized cover 2 to that side and just found a hole, and I threw it in a spot where I felt like only Trey could get it, and he made a heck of a catch and ran a really good route. So that's what happens when all 11 guys are on the same page doing their job. O-line's giving me time, and the guys are getting their routes, and I just put the ball where it needs to be. So, again, nothing crazy, nothing special. Great play call in that situation, and all 11 guys were doing our job. And when you execute like that, good things happen, and we love the result, which is a touchdown.
Talk to us about the conviction behind that throw. Where did that conviction come from, either in recognizing the coverage or whatever?
Yeah, for sure. O-line giving me time gives me a lot of confidence back there, recognizing it right away from film study and then repping it in practice. So when you get to the game, it's just going back to your training and relying on what you've done in practice. And I saw it cleanly, and he ran a great route, so I just ripped it and did what I had to do, and he made a great catch.
You were here last year. It was a tough year. The coaching staff changed. To go from that to this, how do you characterize what you guys accomplished?
We've accomplished a lot, but I think I'm most proud of just the type of guys we have in our locker room, the culture that we've kind of created, and we know that nobody really believed in us on the outside in the preseason or even throughout the season, but we knew what type of team we had, and we knew we just needed to keep getting better each and every single week. And just the philosophy and the culture that Coach Nagy's brought, we just really start to believe in each other and play harder each and every single week and winning the close games. And then you look back and you kind of appreciate where you're at, but we still got a long ways to go. So we just want to keep building, keep getting better. And that's also the characteristics of this culture, where we just stay hungry, stay humble, and just keep going and stick together.
Was there a game or a couple games? I've gotten a few different answers where you thought, yeah, this team's got it. Whatever the it factor is, this team has it.
Not necessarily a specific game, but I think just throughout the season, just how we battle adversity, how we continue. When we go through adversity, we just become closer together, and we make sure that it makes us better. So that's what we've done all season long, just battling, getting better, and winning games.
Yeah, Danny pointed out after you guys lost 2 in a row, that's what impressed him the most. Is that kind of the same thing?
Yeah, I think it says a lot about this team. We've had some wins where we felt like some losses where we felt like we should have won, and then sometimes that's just how it happens. So adversity and losses, it really tells a lot about a team, and we all come together and we adjust and we go harder in practice so that doesn't happen again. And then the next week you get the result you finally want, and then you just stack those and you go from there. So you just got to make sure that the bad things that happen, that you make positive impacts on them down the road. So we've done a great job just sticking together, and it's because of guys like Danny, leaders on this team, on the defense, the guys on offense, everyone just sticking together and believing in the plan.
When the big punt didn't work and they go down and score, all of a sudden game's tied, what was your mindset?
Next play. It's like the same thing after any negative play. Okay, it didn't go the way we wanted. When we get the ball, we just got to go down and do our jobs. So that's what we did, and plays like that happen. So we just continue to stick together and do your job the next play you get out there.
When did you realize that Matt was the right coach for this team?
As soon as we hired him, I knew he was the right guy, and then just throughout the early process of just sitting down with him, talking to him, getting to know him, he's got that vibe about him that everybody wants to be around him, everybody wants to play hard for him, and he really motivates his team. And obviously he's brilliant offense, but it's really special the way he brings a group together, motivates them for a common goal, and just it's really become a family, and he's been a huge part of it.
When we were in Lambeau in week 1 after the game, you kind of regretted the fourth quarter, not taking so much checkdowns, maybe being a little overeager. For this game, it seemed like you were able to kind of just move the ball downfield, kind of.
Yeah.
Do you see like the progress from kind of week 1 to this?
For sure, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. We knew they weren't going to give us anything deep, so it was going to be a grinded out game. Take what they give us underneath and just find completions. So that's what I wanted to do all day, just stack completions. I knew we'd break some tackles, and then you get some longer plays, and then when we get down into the red zone, we need to convert. But the main thing was we wanted to stay on the third down. We know they could throw a bunch of funky stuff at us on third down. And that was just my mindset this whole game. Don't do anything crazy. Don't try to make a splash. Just completions after completions. And it resulted in first downs, and it helped create a rhythm within the offense that I think helped all day.
Along those lines of growth, week 1 to now, did you have a sense that your recognition, is improved against that particular defense, understanding, that coordinator's tendencies, but you've obviously had a lot of experience through this season to this point?
Yeah, for sure. He actually doesn't show many tendencies, which makes it tough. So we break down the numbers, and he obviously self-scouts a lot and mixes it up, which makes it hard on quarterbacks. But whatever he throws out, you just got to recognize it right away on the snap and just go through your reads and do your job. So I just continue to rely on my teammates. They do such a great job. The O-line played their tails off. Playmakers got open, and when they're recognizing it well, then we're just out there playing catch, and the offense is rolling.
Quarterback is responsible for the coach.
For you personally, what is the biggest moment of adversity you think you've overcome this season?
I don't know. I think it's the whole season. There's always ups and downs. I always want to play better than sometimes I do, and it's just something that was said to me this week is each week is different. It doesn't matter what you did last week. Each week is a new opportunity. And it's the same thing with the game, because you get to the game is each play is different. So you got to take it 1 week at a time, and then when you get to the game, you got to take it 1 play at a time. And it really doesn't matter how good or how bad the play was before, because the next one's coming. You just got to be ready to do your job. So that's kind of been my mentality, and I'm glad my coach, Coach Ragone, said that to me this week. So it's not one particular instance. It's the whole ups and downs of the season. Not getting too high, not getting too low. Continue to just get better and embrace the whole process and enjoy it while we're doing it.
Which quarterback is responsible for the Christmas sweaters?
This is me. Shout out to NFLshop.com if you want to get your light up sweater. It'll be lit. So yeah, I hooked it up.
Charles,
Hooked it up.
the proposal.
No, he didn't ask me, but I would have said yes. But I'm very happy for Charles. I mean, all this he planned it out pretty well, and luckily everyone did their job today, so that could go right. And I'm very excited for him and his fiance. So congrats to Charles Leno, man.
Mitch, other than the hard work you put in this week, what was the key to you bouncing back from last week? And what does that say to your teammates about you?
I think I don't know what it says about me, but I know what I can say about my teammates is that they always have my back no matter what. I think they see how hard I work and how much I care about this thing and how I'm hard on myself, and I always continuously want to do better. But the mindset for me was just put it behind me and come out here and do my job. You don't have to do anything special. Just do exactly what you do in practice and go out there and play with confidence, because the guys around me, they believe in me and they have confidence in me. So why would I not go out there and be confident in myself as well? And that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to show to my guys and just be there for them. So I feel like I did my part today, and my teammates had my back and I had theirs. So it was fun.
Thanks, everybody.